Everything can be acquired. Everything can be collected. I buy many books. I don't have nearly as many books as other people do, but I keep buying them. Piles of unread books keep taking up more and more space in my small room. Sometimes I feel I'll end up being swallowed by books. There's a kind of nervous comfort in picking up more books. It's impulse shopping, nothing new, but reaching spiritual heights. Like by the act of scouting, pursuing, and acquiring these books, I'll achieve some vague ideal, rather than by the act itself of reading them. I've been captivated by books about loneliness, existential despair, boredom, suicide, a kind of dull grief. Characters and very real people who feel some extreme disenchantment, who willfully withdraw themselves from the world. Lately I've been thinking about a girl who in my mind goes by the name Abigail. Abigail is someone with a very strong group of friends. 3 friends who love her very much and smother her with affection. But at the experience of being witness to various tragedies, some involving her directly and some having her at a distance, she's weathered down in a slow and quiet way, and at these experiences becomes in some way inured to pain yet also to the joys of living, and she chooses to disappear. There is more to Abigail in my mind I've yet to discover. It only leaves me with the lingering question, why would someone choose to disappear? The point itself seems increasingly obscure. I believe Thursday, December 12th is not the night, and I will kiss again the slope of a breast, little nipple above me like a sunset. It was 2021 when I began writing what would be my first screenplay, I think. I was 20 years old. It'd be about a boy who was an anorexic and would navigate different deviant behaviors. Part of it was autobiographical, and it was this element which I think made me too embarrassed to ever continue with the project. Its name was Cottonmouth. In its more fictional elements, it would concern the death of a guiding light, prostitution, and an addiction to physical activity, bordering on the development of a strange exhaustion fetish. It was after an experience in my life I considered tremendously embarrassing, if not downright traumatic, that I realized I don't know enough about anything and dropped the project completely, and would be forever done with autobiography. Amidst my many fantasies, I do often think that only one I could potentially realize would be to become a successful photographer of some sort, or at least a prolific one. I have to admit first, I have no idea how that would look like. It seems like success in photography is such a nebulous and loosely strung thing. When I first began taking photos, there was a part of me that felt disturbed or haunted, as I associated the act in my head, maybe in part to make a tired analogy, maybe to attribute a non-existent weight to it, but I thought it was the closest I'd feel to shooting someone. whether by some internalized misappropriation of Suzanne Sontag's claim that photography was instant death, or just by some pretension that what I was doing was somehow dangerous. I became attached to the idea in a way that troubled me, if only a little bit. But that was stupid, and I realized this not quickly but also not long after, that photography is not at all like shooting or killing. It is maybe like stealing, like a sly rob, a pickpocketing. It's clumsily robbing time, that's all. And feeling like I'm constantly running out of time, maybe that's why I'm so drawn to it. Everything can be acquired. Impulsive shopping has not been a novel concept for the past 2 centuries. Maybe it's an excuse for not doing anything, a way to take the edge off. Online marketplaces are a gift. Online marketplaces are the closest you will ever get to the experience of traversing a smoky bazaar without having to actually be there. To see myriad goods, salespeople to converse with, to lowball, to borderline harass with meandering questions, either to get them to break or to pull out of a deal you've realized far too late you really do not want. A bazaar you can spend 18 years of your life in aggregate. Maybe as another overwrought attempt to make pointless analogies out of everything, it's become clear to me that this behavior has come as a replacement of an earlier kind of labyrinthian pleasure-seeking, of unfortunate childhood exposure, and an endless sifting through wants and confused whims barely present. It all starts at the frustration of an undoing. I could live like this forever. It is far too easy. Anything that comes out of a frustration to not do anything leads back to that place. It all starts as an impulse to surround yourself amidst great art and aesthetic, and end there without having to do anything else. It's far too common. Sweaty palms, sweatier than usual, perspiration building up in my brow, a kind of heat rising up my legs, a squeezed chest, a nervous movement of the fingers, a rapid chewing of air, and feeling consumed by a certain purposelessness, a jealousy. I drive myself once more, in a drunken spell, as by masturbatory impulse, to my nearest bookstore, walls and wooden fixtures infused with an inebriating sour musk, hoping that I could surrender myself to those gigantic cabinets and be subsumed in their greatness. Lately, it's been painfully apparent to me, in a way I can't fully justify or elaborate on, that this all stems from a deep desire of wanting to be someone else.
Boys, how can you be so bored? Bitches love so. Hang on, stuff myself with your kindness. My only desire, blind again, drooling on your tables. What we'll never do. You end up where I think you will. I'll be seeing you, God willing. Meantime,
When did it happen? Like 3 years ago, maybe? Yeah. I suffered, sure. I suffered and made myself numb. You know, the steps that's over. I retreated into this infantile place of naiveness. I really thought I saw the light, you know? Maybe not in a religious way, but a similar sentiment, all the same. Like there was this divinity within me. Like this horrible act had somehow swallowed me whole and then spat me out like a stain. Does that make sense? But really what it was is I became old and stupid. And for a full year of my life, not more, I became like an idiot priest. And it brought me out my youth, but that's on me, I guess. I I I don't know what to make of it now, though. Harm exists, pain exists, but so does faith, hope. They sit side by side, all those great, wonderful things, and love, which is the most important thing of them all, but it only reminds me that I have skin and flesh. It reminds me that harm is real and that we oftentimes will fail.
I remember what it was like to lie. One day I'll be dying, having imagined many things for myself. Amidst the prettiest withered flowers, amidst heavy pieces of metal and pages written with intermittent ink. It's so hot in here. There's not much to do here but lie. There's no better thing. To think, to dream, to imagine. One day I'll be dying and I'll remember just how much jacking off there was. I'll be dying and I'll think of a beautiful, boring life of normalcy and little pain, and those real horrors of faraway shoeboxes filled with unborn giants and crosses, and embarrassedly think I ever belonged to that. How much shame do you think exists in this room? How much doubt? One day I'll be dying with many things left unsaid still.
See, I don't write. I haven't written anything in years, and I don't have a publisher. You know what I do all the time? I watch TV. I get home and I get my dinner, I sit in front of the TV set, and I tell myself it's okay to watch for a while because I'm lonely. And, you know, right after dinner, and then after dinner I get the TV guide and I check and see if something's on. I watch one program, like a good one, like a science special or something. But I want to watch whatever's on. Even if I've seen it before, because it fills this void in me. Because nobody ever told me what to do. And so like I watch all night hoping that it tells me what to do. You know, I don't talk about anything I haven't seen on TV. I didn't read about birds or microwaves or... See, it's like something broke in me a long time ago. I don't know what it was, and it's too hard for me to keep trying. There are a lot of things I want to do with my life. And I'm so far behind now, I'm never going to catch up. I just wish someone would tell me what to do. I should sit down, I should eat something, and afterwards, now. Afterwards, answer my questions, tell me how to do stuff, and then if I screw up, it's okay, because that's what people do. Screwing up's a good thing. It's good. And then they'll tell me to go to bed and go to sleep. You know, it'd be okay tomorrow. I'll do something else, and, you know, we'll have fun. I'm sorry.
Office, I should have known that you are, you are where you are because you want to be there. Because we all are where we are because we want to be there, right?